makes this not one of my favorite parks.
2 thumbs up, and we would definitely come back.
That the bathrooms were lackluster and needed some TLC.
In this episode of Dean and Gertie Explore the World, we are taking you inside our 3-week stay at South Jetty Thousand Trails. Tucked away in the lush forest of Florence, Oregon, a campground that became our home base for some of the most unforgettable coastal adventures. During our stay, we hiked towering sand dunes, wandered foggy beaches, spotted sea lions echoing through ancient sea caves, and climbed up to historic lighthouses. We chased waves along the hidden shorelines of Hobbit Beach, but in this episode, it's all about the campground that tied it all together. The setting was absolutely gorgeous. A dense coastal forest, towering evergreens, cool misty mornings, and the soft sound of the ocean.
Hello, amazing and wonderful people! Welcome back to another episode of Dean and Gertie Explore the World.
Hey everybody, we are the Grants. We're a family of 4, living, traveling, and exploring full-time in our RV.
We stayed at Thousand Trails South Jetty for 3 weeks, and this is our no-holds-barred opinion of the campground.
All right, party people. Well, as you can see, we do not have full hookups here. You do have 50 amp, water service is great, but you do have to bring a toter if you plan on towing your own stuff, or you can pack your camper up and take it all the way up to the front entrance, which is the only place where they have a dump. That's the one downfall, at least for me, for this location. While I've got you here, let's give you a tour of the rest of the site.
As Jeff said, these sites do not have sewer hookup. Now, there is one area of the campground that does have full hookups, and that's up in the A section, which is right by the front. I wouldn't know because I didn't get that site or anywhere close to that section. We're back here in E. But let's take a look around and show you what this campground has to offer for you if you come here to stay and you don't get one of the reserved A spots that have the full hookups. Come on. So your site is back here. Each site is kind of tucked away, and you have some greenery and some forest on one side, you have some greenery and some forest on the other side, and then you back in, so you have all back in sites. The sites are a little narrow sometimes, and we did have to move our fire pit and our table off to the side in order to give us some living space, but we don't typically use the fires anyway, so for us it wasn't really an issue. So it's really nice to kind of feel like you're in the forest. We can still use our side paw. Everything here is still good to go. To be able to utilize this outdoor space is perfect. But come on back here and take a look at what the kids have been able to do behind our trailer. The kids have been able to come behind our trailer and just play in the woods. And I don't know if you guys remember when we were all kids and we used to actually just go out and play in the woods, but the kids are actually able to relive that a little bit of their own. One of the first things they did was run into the woods and decided they were going to make a fort. They found these trees, they found these sticks, they found all of this brush. They made themselves a little lean-to. If you look here, they have this really cool little fire pit that them and some of the neighbor kids made. They've got windows, they've got doors, they've got walls, they've got a little sign that says that they are here and when they're gone.
South Jetty Thousand Trails offers a cozy blend of rustic charm and practical comfort, tucked right up against the edge of the sprawling Oregon Dunes National Recreation Area. It is not a luxury resort, but that's exactly the kind of place that invites you to slow down, unplug a little, and really settle into that Pacific Northwest forest vibe. The campground has a total of 184 sites, but only about 50 of those offer full hookups. The majority are water and electric only, so if you're planning a longer stay, be ready for a trip or two to the dump station. It's all a part of the rhythm here. The sites themselves are nestled between all the tall coastal pines. giving you plenty of shade, a bit of privacy, and that peaceful, woodsy feel we all love. But fair warning, space is tight. Maneuvering a larger rig through some of the loops can be challenging, and once you're parked, you might not have a lot of room to spread out. That said, waking up to the sound of the wind moving through the treetops, the filtered light breaking through that canopy, and the scent of the damp earth and the salt air, now that's the kind of thing you don't get in a concrete RV park. Hey Jeff, what do you got going on over there?
I am doing dishes in our bus tub. What we're doing is we're trying to save a little bit of gray tank water. About every 2 or 3 campsites along the road, they have a tile that's been put into the ground. You dump your water in that tile, the gray water. So that is what I'm doing here. So our hack for here is we do our dishes in the bus tub. We fill this with our water, and then we can carry our bus tub over to the gray water dump tile, which I said is at about every 3 or 4 campsite down the road. So that is really kind of our saving grace, because then the only thing we have to do is worry about dumping the black tank. And with the showers and the bathrooms here on site, that isn't a priority for us here. So we can run about a week and a half without having to clear the tank, which is nice. So I'm gonna finish dishes, and then we'll walk over and I'll show you the old gray tank. So one of the problems is that on a busy weekend like this, we're here on 4th of July, the tile gets full really quickly. So you kind of have to sit here a little bit, let it go down a little bit, pour it in. And then there's some that are deeper than others. So it's a win in our category just because we don't have to constantly empty all the gray water in the tank and haul it all the way up to the dump station. But the counterpart to that is that we've got to sit here and watch the water drain in this really nasty, yucky, gross hole. Shot, 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 shot.
Bathrooms. Okay, as we know, I always talk about the bathroom because it needs to be talked about. It's important. This campground is really nice. We've stayed at other campgrounds that don't have full hookups, and I will leave them unnamed. You know who you are. That the bathrooms were lackluster and needed some TLC. These bathrooms are really nice. They've all been remodeled. They have tile floors. There's 2 showers per bathroom. There's a large handicap shower with a toilet in there, and there's a smaller single shower, and then 3 stalls and toilets, and then 3 sinks to wash your hands with. They're always maintained, they're always cleaned, they're always full, they're very well taken care of. The campers that are here take care of them, and the staff does an amazing job cleaning and making sure everything is nice. So I give this campground a pretty good rating just for the fact that they know we need this amenity, and they make sure that we have it and it's taken care of. So that is a big plus in my book, and I appreciate the staff for taking care of it as well as they do. You can even stay and rent a cabin if you prefer. They have 2 cabins. I'm not sure how many bedrooms, but if you don't have a camper and you want to stay here, you can rent a cabin.
What'd you find?
We found a Be Kind. It says Be Kind.
Be kind.
South Jetty 1000 Trails offers a few spots for kids and families to unwind and burn off energy. There's a basketball court, a pickleball court, and a small playground, all simple but fun. The kids loved exploring the trails and just enjoying the freedom of the campground's wooded layout, especially the fort they built behind our site. That said, we were really hoping for a little bit more of a camp-hosted activity life, the kind of stuff that makes the place feel alive with families. Outside of the big holiday weekend, we really didn't see much from the staff. No crafts, no organized games, not even a posted activity schedule. It wasn't a deal breaker for us, but if you're coming with younger kids or hoping for a more involved program of activities and entertainment, that's something to keep in mind. Still, if your crew loves nature, simple play, and a little bit of independence, this campground gives you the space and the settings to make your own fun. It just doesn't bring the structure that some families might be looking for.
So, the playground is very, very new. They don't have swings, but that's okay. They don't have bounce houses, but it is very, very new. It's not big, but they can still add on to it if they want to. 1 to 10, how do you rate the playground?
It's like a 5. It's missing the bounce pad, the swings, the bounce houses. So it does get some points because it is really new. So
I think I like it at a 7 out of 10. Even though it doesn't have swings and that stuff, the tubes, the slides, and some of the clocks right there, and some climbing things, and not to mention there's even a train track railing right there. So I think that makes up for the bounce houses and swings. But the only thing this needs is some sun, some shade, because the sun is beaming down on the playground. That's my review. I think it deserves a 7.
Okay, so one thing that you should keep in mind for this place is that it is centrally located right in the middle of the sand dunes. So there are a ton of four-wheelers, motocross people, ATVs, you name it. They're all here because they love to ride in the dunes, and it is the perfect location to do so. However, with that said, it is very loud sometimes. Not all the time, but they do ride in the dunes. So depending on where you are in the park, like our site, for instance, it backs up to the dunes. So behind us, you can hear those guys ride pretty late into the night. So just be forewarned, or if you're into that kind of stuff, this is the perfect park to bring your four-wheelers, your ATVs, and all that stuff, because you can literally roll right out of the parking lot, and just next door is the entrance to the dunes. So as you can imagine, there is a ton of people here with ATVs, motorcycles, four-wheelers, and all of the above that want to get in here because they want to ride those dunes.
Okay, that brings us to the activity center. This activity center is centrally located within the park. The laundry is right behind us, and the pool is on the other side of the activity center. There's bathrooms here, there's a TV area, there's plenty of chairs, and there's a deck out back to overlook the pool. It's definitely a place where you can get together, you can watch TV, you can play games, and it's a good place for a community gathering. In fact, tomorrow they're going to be having hot dogs and hamburgers to celebrate the 4th.
The campground does have a decent event center and clubhouse, but honestly, it didn't have any kind of family vibe that we were hoping for. There's a space for gatherings, and we happened to catch the fun 4th of July cookout, but outside of that holiday weekend, things were pretty quiet. There weren't many games or events or community activities going on, and it didn't feel like there was much effort to bring the campers together. We all love when the campground has that casual, let's all hang out energy. This one just felt, a little bit disconnected.
One of the perks of the pool here is they have two hot tubs and a pool that goes up to, I think, 4 feet. So you can come out, you can enjoy the area, there's enough spaces for everybody, and definitely have a great day, just enjoying the sun.
The pool is heated, which made it perfect even on cooler coastal days. But there are 2 spacious hot tubs as well that the kids and adults both loved unwinding in. There's even a small sauna tucked in the women's changing room. We did not try it, but after a day on the dunes, it was very tempting. Overall, the pool area was clean and had a great spot to relax. It just didn't have that lively, community-driven feeling you sometimes find at bigger campgrounds.
I love this laundry room. It is amazing. We've been in some really tight spaces trying to do laundry or had to go to a laundromat to do laundry, and I will say there is enough room for multiple people, and I know this for a fact because I've been here and I've done it, for multiple people to do laundry and not get in each other's way. The floors are clean. There's a basket that you can get your stuff out of your washer and the dryer. Absolutely love it. I think this is great. And it's not going to break the bank. It's $2 to wash and $2 to dry. So, and they offer you coffee, which is fantastic. And they're all top loaders. So you don't have to worry about, sometimes the front loaders don't use enough water to get your clothes clean. But these are all top loaders. Absolutely love it. They're killing it with this one. I really think that this is one of my favorite laundry rooms.
Do not have full hookups. The dump station, they have 2 dump stations up here. They both look like this here. 2 of them, but they're right at the entrance of the park. Those are the only 2 dump stations for the whole park. So unfortunately, if you're parked in the back side of the campsite like we are, it is a pretty good trek to come up here. So it's not like you can just pack up your trailer and bring it up here easily. It is a little bit of a haul. They do have 2 dumps, so it makes it easy and convenient on your way out.
After showing you all the perks and everything that this campground has to offer, my honest opinion is this is a great campground, but for shorter time spans than 3 weeks. The fact that I have to do all of the extra work to tote my sewer and gray water and all of that extra hassle that I have added to my plate makes this not one of my favorite parks. I love the atmosphere. I love being surrounded by nature. I love searching for banana slugs with my kids. I love the fact that they got to go out back and make a fort. I love the laundry room. And I would come back here, but I would not stay for 3 full weeks. That's my honest opinion. But you can tell me what you think. Would you stay here for 3 weeks or longer? Or is this just a 1 or 2 night stop for you? What's your thoughts?
I think I have to agree with Monica on that one. 3 weeks here, though our time, we absolutely loved Oregon and being on the coast. The sand dunes were awesome. Being able to play in the woods behind here and build the forts with the kids, great. I will echo her sentiment on the having to tote our sewer and our gray water. Though the gray water wasn't too bad, you could literally just walk it across the street and dump it in one of those tile drains, and that was fine. But at least once, sometimes twice a week, we had to unload the black tank, which meant I had to hook it to the truck and drive it all the way up to the front of the campground, as you saw. That being really the only downplay for this place. In my opinion, I like to have the ability to go camping. And though we do stay at a lot of Thousand Trails, some of them are more RV resort style. And for us being full-time and living in our camper and living on the road, sometimes it's nice to have that camp getaway. And this place at South Jetty just really made it feel like we were camping, which I like to do every once in a while. 3 weeks toting our stuff, 3 weeks camping in the beautiful woods of Oregon, double thumbs up for me. I think that I would definitely stay here again, but I probably would echo again, Monica, on the 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe just a little bit too much for us and the full family. A good camping weekend, this place, being in the dunes, 100% on spot. I give this place 2 thumbs up, and we would definitely come back.
That's our wrap up of South Jetty. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Whether it's someplace that you're planning to go or just a way for you to get away and experience it with us, thanks again for coming and joining us on this trip. And I need you to like and subscribe if you want to see more. There's no way I can chase you down. So like and subscribe, join our Patreon, and we see you next time on our epic adventure or perhaps epic fail. Who knows at this point.
Thanks again for watching, and never stop exploring.
If you like this video, then smash that subscribe button. And as I always like to say, never stop dancing.
Like she's
So y'all, like, we have this really awesome like play area behind our camper where the kids have built a fort. See? So I came out here just to make sure, because we're getting ready to leave, just to make sure that the kids had cleaned up all their toys. And you guys are gonna have to check out what they've done.
They know it's a tiny hut for them. Not for the cars, for them.
Why don't you put your bananas like